Hi and welcome to today's practice. I'm Jackie from Mali Yoga and this is the beautiful Olive who will be joining us today. We are going to begin seated, so please come to any comfortable seat. If you're okay to, you could be seated cross-legged like I am. However, please note that you can choose any other way to suit your body. Today's practice is all about the yogic terms sthira and sukha, which we call steadiness and ease. And so please take a moment to find that steadiness and ease in your seat, in however that presents itself for you today. You do want to feel your sitting bones on your support. You do want to feel your spine tall and you can roll your shoulders up and back. You can rest your hands on your legs or in your lap and soften your eyes. You can look down to the ground or close them completely. Become aware of your breath at your nostrils. Let's inhale for 4. And exhale for 4. Creating the steadiness in the breath as you inhale for 4. And exhale for 4. So balanced breath, even breath. And as you continue with this even breath, observe if there's also a sense of ease to the way that you're breathing. What's most important in any of our breath practices is that it feels comfortable in your body. So if you need to breathe a little slower, so maybe in 3 and out 3, please listen to your body and feel welcome to adjust. We'll do one more breath like this. And slowly open your eyes. You can lift your hands up off your legs and let's do some wrist rotations. It's a nice way to begin practice by opening up some of the joints that we don't always pay attention to but do a lot of work for us. Especially if you're using your hands for work, if you're at a computer. You can sometimes forget to bring attention to the wrists, and you can bring the base of your hand to touch and bring the tip of your index finger and the tips of your thumbs to touch like a lotus. And then slowly you can roll over the backs of the hands and then back to the front of the wrists. And then when you come back to your lotus again, let's go in the other direction. And when you're back at your lotus again, you can let your hands come and rest back on your thighs again. And let's do some shoulder rotations. Any direction you'd like to begin in. Steady movements. And make sure there again is that sense of ease and comfort. If you need to do smaller rolls, please feel welcome to. You can change direction and move in the other way. Maybe shoulder movements for you is simply moving the shoulders up and then down. Really small movements. When you finish that last movement or last rotation, let's do one movement to set the shoulders up and back. And then inhale, lift your arms up. And then exhale, twist. Any direction is perfect. You can bring your hand to your knee and one hand behind you. We'll hold in the twist for a few breaths. Inhale for 4. Exhale and find that ease in your twist. We'll have another breath in, steady inhales. Steady exhales, again finding the ease in your twist. One more breath here. With your inhale, come back to center and you can reach your arms all the way up. And then exhale, twist to the other side again. Maybe a hand to the knee, one hand behind you. Inhale. So we're always breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Finding steadiness, so even breath. And observing, is there ease in your twist? Could the shoulders soften a little more? Could the gaze come to a more comfortable point for your neck? On your inhale, let's come back to center and you can reach up and you might even like to look up this time. And exhale, bring your hands down to your heart. We need to come to child's pose, so you can roll over your knees. If you've been sitting on something, you can move that off to the side. And then making your way to the back of your mat. You can have your knees any distance apart that feels comfortable for you. And then slowly on the exhale, come into child's pose. Now you might like to stack hands, stack fists, use any kind of prop here, or have your forehead resting on the mat. And as you settle here, feeling again steadiness and ease. And please know that if child's pose in this way isn't comfortable for you, you could always come and do a very similar shape, lying on your back, and bring your knees into your chest instead. Inhale for 4. And exhale for 4. So there's always this steadiness, this evenness of breath. On your next inhale, slowly come up to sit. We'll walk the hands forward, so you'll need most of your mat for this one. Again, if you've got anything on your mat, you might need to give it a little push to the side so that we can meet in plank pose. Easiest plank will be knees on the mat. A more challenging plank will be to lift your knees up. If you're not feeling up for planks today, walk your hands back so that your wrists are underneath your shoulders, and you can settle here in tabletop. If you're in a variation of plank, draw your navel in. Whichever one of these positions you're in, gaze, looking straight down. You might start to feel a little bit of warmth building in the body, and we use a breath to create, again, steadiness and ease. So breathe in for 4. And out for 4. Have another breath in. Think steadiness, strong through the hands and arms. Breathe out. Keep your navel drawing in. Find ease in the posture. We do one more breath in. Smooth, steady breath out. And then in any way that feels comfortable for you, you might like to take your hips back to support the lower back. Bring your forearms down to the mat, and let's come and lie down. So as you lie down on the mat, you can stack your hands, and you might bring your forehead or a cheek to your hands. Find steadiness here. Legs relaxed, upper body relaxed. Breathe in for 4. And out for 4. And then next inhale, placing your hands on your mat so that you can readjust your body. Bring the legs a little closer. Take the arms by your sides. Forehead comes back to the mat, and let's inhale, lift up. And you can have your palms facing up, lifting the legs if that's okay for your lower back. And then exhale and come back down. And then we inhale and lift up again. So lift your heart, lift your shoulders, lift your arms, your gaze, your legs, and exhale, come back down. One more inhale. Steady in your locust pose. And then easeful in your rest. Hands under shoulders. Inhale, come up to tabletop. You're very welcome to stay here if you feel like downward dog today. Tuck your toes and then wait for your exhale and come up. Bend your knees as much as you would like to here. Find some space in the spine by pressing the hands down and lifting the hips up. Let's have a breath in here. And breathe out. And then walking your feet towards your hands, or maybe you want to bring your hands back towards your feet and exhale here. Let everything go. And then grounding your feet on the mat, find steadiness through your feet, and inhale, come into your halfway lift. So we're making an L shape for the body. And exhale, soften, easeful, forward bend. Inhale, steadiness. So the legs are engaged, the spine is lengthening. And then exhale, come back to your soft forward bend. One more inhale, steady. Exhale, ease. Inhale with a little bend to your knees, come all the way up to stand. You can reach your arms up. You might even like to look up. Exhale, Tadasana, our mountain pose. Hands can come and rest in front of your heart. You can take your arms by your sides and let's do some shoulder rolls again here. Bringing a little bit more warmth to the joints. A few in the other direction. And then one moving up and back and shuffle the shoulder blades towards each other. So coming to the top of your mat, feet about hip distance apart and keeping your right foot where it is, let's slide the left foot back. So it's more or less in that same line as where it was when you were standing, but the left toes will turn to face the top left of your corner. Let's inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart as you bend your knee. So have a little peek and make sure your right knee and toes point in the same direction. Anchor down into that left heel so that you've got steadiness through your feet, groundedness through your feet. You can inhale and lift your arms up again. We'll come into a twist here, so twist towards the right. Now, if you're okay to, the arms can be apart. You might want the back hand on your hip. You might like both hands on your hip. Let's inhale here. Find steadiness, stay grounded through the feet. And exhale, easing into the twist. Another breath in. And out. Last round of breath. On your inhale, come out of your twist, lift your arms up. On your exhale, bring your hands down to the mat. If you feel comfortable with plank pose, step your feet back, come to plank, knees up. You can do plank, knees down. You could come to tabletop. Find that steadiness here again. Navel in, gaze is still, arms are strong. Breathe in for 4. And out for 4. Another breath like this. We are going to move back to downward dog if you're comfortable for this again. So tuck your toes, navel in, and on your exhale, lifting your hips up. Again, you might want to walk your feet in a little closer to your hands. Maybe bend the knees some more and find some space in the spine. Have a breath here. And then let's begin that little walk to the standing forward bend. So again, feet can go forward, hands can move back. Let's breathe out here. On your inhale, hands to shins, halfway lift. Exhale for your forward bend. And then inhale, come all the way up. So a little bend to the knees and you can lift your body, lift your arms. And then exhale, Tadasana, our mountain pose, hands at heart. Arms by your sides, let's move into the shoulders again. So if you need to, come to the top of your mat, heels apart, slide your right foot back, making sure those right toes pointing towards the top right corner. Let's inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, hands to heart, bend your left knee. So check that your left knee moving towards the left toes. You feel steady through both feet. Let's inhale, lift the arms again. We're coming into that twist. Exhale, twist towards the left. So you can have your arms out. Maybe you want your hand to your hip. Maybe you want both hands to your hip. Breathe in here. And ease into the twist on your breath out. So finding that balance, the steadiness, feet down, legs strong, but the exhale, easing into the twist. Let's do one more breath here. Next, inhale, come out of the twist. You can lift your arms. If you feel okay for one more plank pose, slowly hands down, step your feet back. Remember, plank, knees up, plank, knees down, or tabletop. Navel in, breath still moving. So we might be starting to feel a little bit more of that warmth that we're generating in practice. Use your breath to keep the stability. We'll do one more. Breathe in and out. And instead of downward dog this time, we'll move back to child's pose. So inhale to tabletop if you're not already there. And then exhale slowly, hips towards heels, and find that softness. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale to come up to sits. Bring your bottom to the mat and take your legs out in front. So bring your right knee into your chest, and you want to have your right foot on the mat with a little space between your foot and your thigh. Keep energy in this left foot, so we want to keep the foot flexed. You can have both hands on your shin here. Inhale, lift up. And then exhale, twist. Right hand behind you, and you can hug with this left arm. Inhale here. Find that steadiness, so feel the sitting bones resting on the mat. Exhale, ease into the twist. Inhale, steady. Exhale, ease. One more breath. Inhale, come to face forward again. Change sides. So left knee comes in, readjust your support here. A little gap between the foot and the thigh. Hands on shins, inhale, lift up. Exhale, come into the twist. Remember, you can wrap your right arm around your shin. Inhale, find that steadiness. So we're engaging the right foot, pressing down through the sitting bones. And exhale, ease into your twist. Breathe in, steadiness. And breathe out, ease. One more breath. On your inhale, come back to center, both legs straight now. Let's take a big bend to the knees. Readjust your support, inhale. And then exhale, slowly, slowly come forward. Let your whole body be soft here. Let your spine relax. Let your shoulders relax. So take more bend to the elbows. If it would be comfortable too, you can straighten your legs a little more. With your next inhale, slowly lifting back up. Taking your legs into a really big diamond shape. Inhale, and then exhale, gently move forward again, rounding your spine, and you can almost feel or imagine that the crown of your head is moving towards your feet. Steady and ease, sthira and sukha. Letting go of all effort on this exhale. And then inhale, slowly coming back up. Bring your knees back together. Make sure you're in the middle of your mat so that you can slowly start to lie down. Heels on the mat. Let your toes fall out to the sides. Arms by your sides. Readjust your body so that you can find steadiness and ease here. Close your eyes. Let go of counting your breath or moving your breath in any particular way, and simply be aware of the flow of your breath at your nostrils. The continuous flow of breath. And take a deeper breath into your belly now. And begin to move your hands and your feet. Maybe you'd like to gently stretch. Ground your feet on the mat as you bring your arms back down by your sides, and then gently roll to your right side. Come up to sit. And if you have time to extend your practice today, you can download our 10-minute deep rest ritual for longer rest and longer breath work and longer meditation. If you're ready to move into the rest of your day, let's bring palms to touch in front of the heart. Gratitude for our practice together. Namaste. Thank you for joining me for practice today.